And then, how about this? Bilal Al-Shakari, 11 points per game. He's third team all-conference. This is a great matchup for the Retrievers in UNH today.
Tip is controlled by UMBC. We are underway here from the peak. Retrievers go on offense first. There's Valentine up top. Gets a good screen from Tanchin. Now he'll pull from 16. Yes! Ace Valentine opens the scoring. And the Retrievers have the lead. Rick Valentine, 59% from the field his last 9 games.
Yeah, he's just really filling it here in the conference play. In the last few games, he's just feeling it offensively and defense. He's the leader on this team, Ace Valentine.
So Shakari up top gets it to the corner for Tyler Bike. Now they kick it up top. Good defensive switch there by the Retrievers. Now Bike shuffles the feet, shoots from long range. It's off the mark, no good. And it's Valentine on the defensive end that pulls down the board for UMBC.
Tyler Bike, 76% of his field goal attempts come from three. So you're going to look for UNH to kind of go inside and kick it out for the freshman for three.
From three, yes! Jalakai King knocks it down.
And speaking of three, Jalakai King, we talked about him. He loves to get going early, looks to hunt shots early in the ball game. There he is for the big three for the Retrievers.
King knocks down his 39th three of the season. Now El-Shakari goes down on the post of work. Will turn on Odunawa, shot no good. Battle for the loose ball in front, and it's pulled out of there by DJ Armstrong for the Retrievers.
We expect El-Shakari to bully ball down low. Thought there was some contact there, but didn't get a foul call. UMBC gets the defensive rebound.
Great ball movement. O'Donoghue on the far side tries to feed it inside. That one's stolen away. Good defense by New Hampshire. Good hands there that time by KJ Robinson. Screen now for Poser. Now they dump it down to the far side.
Kind of mismatch DJ Armstrong and El-Shakari, much bigger, going to take it to the basket and hard.
Good help by Tanchin. They swing it around, 10 to shoot. Another long three-pointer on the way. This is off the rim, no good. An easy rebound for Tanchin there in the Retrievers.
Really good defense by the Retrievers, inside-out defense. That's what they need to protect the paint and then go out there and guard those shooters.
Valentine, he'll pull from long range. Yes!
Wow.
Ace Valentine with a quick 5. And it's all UMBC early on.
The Ace is bringing it. Again, we talked about that 16-0 lead that UMBC had up at UNH earlier in February.
A good take to the basket there. Squire gets fouled. And Rick, early on, the Retrievers picking up where they left off up at UNH.
You talked about how Ace Valentine is playing so well here down the stretch in the last 3 or 4 games. He's just filling it from three-point range. You got to go out there and guard that young man. But what happens is you put a big out there on him, he'll go right by you and get to the basket.
Squire can't knock down the free throw. Squire 69% from the free throw line on the season. Had a big game here, made 6 field goals here earlier this year, scored 13 in the 1-point loss here at UMBC. Leaves the second free throw short.
Well, if you knew what was behind the basket when he was shooting free throws, and got a bunch of UMBC students wearing nothing but their boxers. How about Jalakai King taking to the basket? UNH feeling it's reminiscent
for UMBC.
It must be.
Who are out in full force in their Speedos behind the
We just saw a shot of Nathan Davis with his hand over his face like, oh my gosh, are we going to do this again?
And you just saw Jim Ferry, Coach of the Year in the America East Conference, Rick, and just so much.
Yeah, we need to break that down. We've got some time, Gary, because it's a special job that Jim Ferry and his staff have done this year.
Shakari now looks to penetrate, kicks it out, Bike. Little hesitation move, 18-footer, that's good.
Yeah, Bike's a really good player. As a freshman, he's come in, he's tough-nosed. He hits shots. You're not going to see many mid-range shots from Tyler Bike. He loves to shoot that three, but connects there from 15.
Well, Rick, we need to talk about that because New Hampshire has 3 players this year with 49-plus three-pointers. So that's definitely in the arsenal for them.
Well, absolutely. They shoot the most three-pointers of any team in the conference during conference play. So, again, what they like to go is inside and then kick it out to these great shooters.
King penetrates. Good pass to the corner. Three-pointer. That's a little off the mark. Tanchin battles for the loose ball. And a nice job. Squire ripped it away for the Wildcats.
Yeah, nice aggressive defensive rebound by Squire over the bigger Tanchin.
Robinson couldn't get to the basket. Here's El-Shakari. He does, though, and he goes over Tanchin to knock it home for 2.
Man, I love El-Shakari, man. He's just so aggressive. Take it to the basket. How about UMBC? Off a made bucket. Fast break. Josh Odunawa from Ace Valentine off the glass.
Oh, good look by Valentine. Odunawa beat New Hampshire down the floor off of the made basket. And the Retrievers back up by 8.
And that's what happened in that second game up at UNH. UMBC just ran by New Hampshire after made buckets, after defensive rebounds, and New Hampshire just didn't get back. That's something Nathan Davis told me the other day that they've got to do. They've got to get back on defense.
El Shakari for 3. That's off the mark, no good. El Shakari now 2 for 34 this season from 3.
Yeah, just a 6% three-point shooter. That's not his game. He wants to go downhill, penetrate down the lane, or post up, play bully ball down the block.
King goes far side. O'Duna will look like he was open early, but they couldn't get it to him. Now he gets it on the post. Good feed, a little 5-footer is good.
Oh, nice sand. Jose Tanson out deep, throwing a nice pass, dart pass down to Josh O'Duna down there for a nice little fadeaway from 6 feet.
All going offensively right now for UMBC. The double-digit lead here, 5 minutes in. Robinson gets stuck, plays it back for Bike now with 12 on the shot clock. This time El Shakari more comfortable to the basket, but a good defensive play by Tanchin there to deny.
Yeah, more comfortable taking to the basket, but Jose Tanchin pushed him out further away. So it was like an 8-foot shot, difficult shot. Jose Tanchin playing some nice D on El Shakari.
Tanchin, King for 3, that's off the mark.
I saw you leaning there, Paul. You were thinking like, oh my God, this is going to go.
That was a heat check, Rick. That one goes,
absolutely
come on.
Heat check, absolutely heat check.
All right, Robinson now, Squire to the near side. Good switch by UMBC on El Shakari. Throws up a wild shot off the backboard, no good. Gets his own rebound, and a nice work job there. He was kind of caught in no man's land, but he did a nice job to get it off the backboard to himself.
And he wanted to take his game to another level. He also said that's what the team needs to do tonight, and that there's been no talk about this is our last game, because he said that's not going to happen for them. Back to you, Paul.
Thanks, Phoebe. Rick, let's expand on this misfits scenario. Talk about what Jim was talking about when he talked about misfits.
Yeah, he meant it in the most positive way as well, because, you know, based on the resources that UMBC had available this year with the NIL and transfer portal and being able to pay players and not pay players, UMBC didn't have the resources some of the other teams. He had to go out and find guys. So he went out, when he says misfits, he went and got Division II guys who have been overlooked by Division I originally. He brought guys in who were not getting playing time on other Division I teams. And he says, look at our coaching staff. None of us came from major programs. So again, misfits meaning like we had to all get together, do all the things, get gritty, and find out a way to win, and they did that this season. A really great effort by Jim Ferry and his staff and this entire team.
And Rick, the men's swim and dive team having a huge effect on this game. New Hampshire 0 for 4 from the free throw line.
Do you think Nathan Davis and the assistant coaches, when they went over the scouting report, they said, okay, what's going to happen is, because we've never seen this all season long, so kudos to the men's swimming team and diving team coming out here and showing their stuff here at the Peak.
All right, so turnover by Cougar Downing. So New Hampshire has the basketball. Retrievers still hold that 10-point lead. Kome Omobo has checked in for New Hampshire, 6-foot junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. And this is Tyler Bike, hands it off. Now they get it down low for Squire. Double team comes. And Jack Graham will launch from 3. That's no good. Retrievers have a chance to run here, but New Hampshire does a nice job getting back defensively.
Yeah, Jack Graham coming off the bench for UNH. Really good player. Can shoot the 3. Really one of their top scorers on the team. But they're bringing him off the bench now to get some scoring off the pine.
Graham made 49 threes in the regular season, but he struggled lately. He's 2 for his last 18 now from 3 and just 4 for his last 32. So Wildcats have got to get him going from long range if they think they might want to pull this one out here today. Squire launches from 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. And great battle inside from Riley Jacobs, who's checked in.
And another great defensive stance by the Retrievers, just making it really difficult on New Hampshire. And how about DJ Armstrong taking in the lane? They run him off the 3. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in the conference. They run him off the 3, gets in there for a nice little baby hook in the lane.
6-0 run for the Retrievers. How about the awareness, Rick, offensively for Armstrong to not go too far, draw the charge, but able to pull up and really get a good look?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this is what's been going on with DJ Armstrong in the last month of the season. Jim Ferry, you know, let's talk about Jim Ferry. Again, coach of the year in this conference, taking a team, we call them misfits, guys that were kind of unwanted other places, brings them here. He and his coaching staff get them here, fit them into his culture. He's got a bunch of great kids that love each other, play for each other, and really respect each other. And they've got it done this season, taking the America East Conference Championship regular season.
Think about the accomplishment 14-2, the best conference record ever in the America East. Even the team that won against Virginia in the NCAA tournament, they didn't have that record. They had to go through Vermont that year to win. So the best regular season ever here at UMBC in the America East.
And probably the best. And Jim Ferry, he wins everywhere he goes, right? Jim Ferry's won at LIU. He's won at Adelphi, Plymouth State. He's a winner. So when he gets a program, he builds it. He's built a program before, and he's done it right here at UMBC. And again, kudos to this team, particularly with in this new era of having to pay players and NIL and transfer portal. Wow, what a job he and his staff have done.
El Shakary gets called for the travel. It's a 4-minute scoring drought for the Wildcats. And into the game for them, Yanos Xanthopoulos, 6'10", freshman from Greece.
Yeah, he's really long and active inside. He gets a few minutes a game, and I'm sure that he has an impact in this game. He'll stay in there for more.
Jacobs through the lane. Goes far side for Caden Diggs, the 6th man of the year in the conference for UMBC.
Yeah, another one of those misfits came from ODU. Didn't get a lot of playing time. ODU comes here in the sixth man of the year for the Retrievers.
Great pass by King and a great finish inside from Riley Jacobs.
One of those new guys to the Retrievers. Jellicoe King passes down to the freshman. Jacobs takes it baseline, flushes it at the rim.
And Rick, I know Jacobs got time early on. He started some games. They lost Dalen Dickerson, though, and Jacobs has really stepped up now for them the last 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just really made an impact. Better role for him coming off the bench than as a starter. But take a look. Jellicoe King penetrates. They got to stop Jellicoe King. What happens? Riley Jacobs. They stay on a bad roll. And you can see here, like, he's just frustrated trying to figure out how to get this team off the schneid here.
Yeah, there you see Davis as New Hampshire is battling some history. They're 0-18 in the America East tournament against the 1 seed. So they're going to have to do something special here today to change that. Oh, Shakary, good move down the lane and a good finish. That's a good start for the Wildcats.
Yeah, when you talk about doing something special, that's what you got to do. You got to feed the horse. Dalal Shakary, he's a big-time player. Love this guy. He can take it to the basket. He can start changing the momentum of a game all by himself.
Here's Jacobs far side for Valentine. Ace wide open for 3. Yes.
Wow, when Ace Valentine's pulling out there from 22 feet, drilling it, you got a tough battle if you're Nathan Davis right now. His team just got to get out there and guard all the shooters as well as protect the paint.
Offensive foul called here on Mobo as he's called for the moving screen. But here's the thing, Rick, you got to close those threes out, and you got to do a better job of getting out there with a hand, because that's just wide open for Valentine.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you saw that replay, Poser was 3 feet off Ace Valentine. He didn't think Ace was going to shoot that deep, I'm sure, but you got to go out there right now and try to stop this run. You can't have threes kill you. You got to get hands in the face, ball up, make it tough on the Retrievers.
Odunawa, as the Retrievers beat the pressure. Tangent wide open from 3. Yes!
You know what?
Well, you can try to press, but what's the best formula for breaking the press?
Yeah.
Making them pay on the other end.
Absolutely. Jose Tangent, he's got that in his repertoire. He's a big guy, can shoot down low, but loves the 3, and he'll make 2 of those a game easy.
Good ball movement. Graham to the corner. 3-pointer, no good. Good look that time for Poser. He can't knock it down. Back come the Retrievers, up by their biggest margin of the game, 18. King. 24 points for UMBC midway through this first half. Tangent tried to take it to the basket. Double team strips him. El Shakary down the baseline, throws it away. A little too amped up there for Bilal, and it's another New Hampshire turnover.
Just take a look at this winning streak that UMBC's on right now. The average margin of victory in those 9 games is 16 points. In the last 10 days of the regular season, they played the 3 top teams outside of themselves. NJIT, they beat by 39. UMass Lowell, they beat by 24. And Vermont, they beat by 13, with 2 of those games on the road. So UMBC is just boat racing teams right now and really feeling it. You can see Josh Odunawo getting charged with an offensive foul with a push-off. But just, again, to reflect on how well UMBC, coaches talk about playing your best basketball at the end of February and into March. And UMBC, they couldn't be playing any better. We just talked about how they're really playing so well right now and taking care of the best teams in the conference by double-digit wins.
And I point, Rick, to that Vermont game where UMBC came out and dominated from the tip against a very good Vermont squad. And the Catamounts kind of tried to battle their way back in it and almost did.
Yeah.
But the Retrievers kind of figured out a way to keep them at bay. But it wasn't close for a lot of that game.
It literally was this kind of game. UMBC got out to a huge stretch and quick one. How about Keyshawn Robinson finally making some shots. He struggled really mightily as their team was 0-8. And then they were over 7 in February, and he just struggled down the stretch. But against Bryant last week, he really came on second half at 22nd second half points, had a season-high 22.
Yeah, Robinson knocked down his 29th three of the season there. Now, Valentine to the basket. He gets it knocked away, and it'll be off New Hampshire. And it'll be UMBC ball. Davis, the Wildcats wanted Davis to challenge there, but he's going to keep that in his pocket for now. Dunawa now back for King. Around the screen, 18-footers on the way. That's off the side of the rim, no good. So a good couple of defensive stops for the Wildcats as they try to claw their way back into this one. El Shakari spins baseline. Shot won't go, but another foul on the Retrievers. And El Shakari will go back to the free throw line. That's the 4th foul on UMBC here in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, El Shakari, again, we've talked a lot about him. Watch this quick pivot down to the baseline. He's beautiful with his left hand. He's much talented with the left hand as right hand. Can finish on both, and just is again a special talent. And if New Hampshire's going to want to get back in this ball game, it's going to be through him, at least down the paint, trying to create some sort of presence in the paint. And then eventually, as UMBC kind of doubles down, digs down on him, he kicks out for some of those threes. That's how they're going to get back in this game. Plenty of time in the game to get back in it. They just got to be patient and do the right things.
All right, 4 straight points for New Hampshire. And second free throw, no good. Tanchin can't get the rebound, though, and it'll be New Hampshire basketball with 20 on the shot clock.
Hampshire, this end out of bounce play, you'll see they'll set up this kind of diamond approach and try to have a number of cuts to try to get an easy shot off this inbound possession. Wildcats
now 1 for 6 from the charity stripe. Retrievers haven't attempted a free throw yet here in the first 12 minutes. Squire works on Diggs. Now bounce pass for El Shakari was too hard and really put him in a bad spot. He threw it at his feet.
Yeah, really tough. You can't dart a pass like that to a big man. Squire just kind of rushed that. Had a little more time to be patient. Just drop it down to the big man. Let him make his moves.
A little token pressure here from Robinson on UMBC, but they'll bring it across the timeline with Valentine. El Shakari, he's been amped up this whole first half, really playing hard defense. Doing offensive fouls, got a couple of stops. Here's Diggs. Little spin move, 5-footer in the lane is good.
And that's sweet. Caden Diggs, nice baseline penetration, cuts through the middle. He's so patient with his footwork, finds that nice little floater from 6 feet.
See there why he's the 6th man of the year, brings in some energy off the bench for UMBC. Diggs came into this game with 98 rebounds on the season.
Tanchin backing off El Shakari. They should go back down to him. Nice kick out.
Robinson can't knock down the 3, but a good rebound by Squire inside on Diggs. He'll put it back and score.
And Squire is so efficient. He's a 57% field goal shooter from the floor. Just so patient. Gets to the basket. Really efficient around the basket.
King picked up by Graham. Tanchin on the baseline.
You see El Shakari having to guard Tanchin way out there. Crowd him at that 3.
Nice hands again by El Shakari. Knocks it away. It'll stay with a chance to get back into this game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I'll tell you what, you close out on these guys. I mean, Jackai King, man, he scoots all over the court. He'll get down the lane on you.
Yeah, but 3 is more than 2, Rick.
Absolutely.
We always talk about that.
You're a math major. Absolutely. That sounds good. You're at UMBC, man. Give him a degree.
Another open 3. That's a little bit long. Off the back of the rim, long rebound comes out. Robinson quickly up ahead. Gets to the paint. Good defense. Recovery there by the Retrievers, though, to stop the layup. Graham now near side. Good hedge by Tanchin. Take to the basket. That won't go. Rebound for UMBC. Mobo couldn't finish.
Yeah, you got El Shakari on the bench getting a breather, and Mobo's got a guy that'll take it to the basket. Just could not finish, as you said. Good defense by the Retrievers.
Now, checking in for UMBC, Paul Green into the UMBC lineup. King lost the handle, but gets it for Armstrong. Corner, Valentine.
You see they're guarding him now, aren't you? They're way out on his Valentine.
Green, little spin move on the baseline. Jumper won't go. Tanchin battles for the loose ball and going to pick up the foul here. Tanchin reached in on Robinson, and Tanchin's going to pick up the foul. His, let's see, first or second of the game.
Yeah, Tanchen going for the offensive rebound. I don't hate that. He's being aggressive on the offensive side, try to get the offensive board, and just kind of ran into the Wildcat.
It is the second foul on Tanchen, so he'll go to the bench, and we probably won't see him here for the rest of the first half.
Yeah, probably not. They'll rely on Riley Jacobs, a freshman, coming in to take his spot. To kind of El Shackry's back in the game, which is a smart move by New Hampshire because he's going up against a freshman. See if Riley Jacobs can handle it.
Graham takes a move on Diggs, throws it up, and scores with the left hand.
Man, I'll tell you what, Jack Graham taking it to the basket from one side to the other, left-handed kiss off the glass, big-time bucket.
Diggs comes near side. That's punched away. Good hands there. R.J. Kennedy into the game. 6'1" redshirt freshman from Fayetteville, Georgia.
R.J. Kennedy had a huge game against the Retrievers in that game, which was that boat race game up in New Hampshire. He had 15 points, career high 15 points coming off the bench for the Wildcats.
King. Now Jacobs top of the key and nearly threw it away, but worked out for him. Diggs was right there. Caden down the lane, spins, 12-footer off the back of the rim, no good. Good look, but it was just a bit too strong. Here comes New Hampshire now, chance with a three here to get it into single digits. Instead, they get the conventional opportunity as the basket is good and the foul on the Retriever.
Komeo Mobo just so strong. We talked about he and El Shakri, kind of their presence down low. Look at him take it baseline, nice pass. Inside presence. Paul Green just too small for Omobo inside the traditional three-point play opportunity.
So good take there. It's a 10-point game. Omobo, 68% free throw shooter.
And New Hampshire has so many weapons. I mean, they just got to be patient, take the time. We talked about there's so much time in this ball game. They start making plays again. They went on a huge run against Bryant that last game of the regular season game in the second half. There's plenty of time for them to get back in this game and have success.
Yeah, credit to the Wildcats. Double overtime victory to get here and really gutted that game out against Bryant to get to this tournament.
Yeah, and they had lost 8 straight going into that game, so nice big momentum boost for the Wildcats coming into tournament play.
King can't knock down the three, so the Retrievers have gone cold. Three-pointer from Graham is in and out, no good. So back and forth we go here late first half. Good feed for Jacobs inside. Diggs open for three. Yes!
Real nice pass by Riley Jacobs inside. The attention came down to him on the block, with left Caden Diggs wide open, top of the key for three.
Diggs ends the 6-0 run for the Wildcats. Omobo gets cut off on the baseline. Spike, cross-court pass, good look there. Dump it down inside. El Shakri now has got a good matchup with good help, though, by Armstrong. Great switch defense by the Retrievers. This one won't go.
Let's push
inside,
off.
yeah, push off inside. Foul called on Umobo.
Umobo attacking the offensive glass, got a push there, but really good defense by the Retrievers. You'll see what they'll do on El Shakri down low. They'll kind of keep him confused as the ball goes down into the paint. Sometimes they'll double, sometimes they'll just dig, and then what they want to do is play cat and mouse with him. Kind of when he starts to make his move to kind of make him make a pass. You saw him, he had to pass it all the way out to the perimeter, and then they missed a shot.
The Retrievers now back with the three guards. Valentine for three. Yes! Ace Valentine is on fire here in this first half.
Ace is the place right now. Ace Valentine finding it from deep. Just usually his game is more penetration. He can make those threes, and he's shown it here against the Wildcats.
Good give and go for El Shakri again, and he's going to go back to the free throw line. Fans not happy with that whistle.
No, I think that was a good call. I think it was Caden Diggs. Yeah, let's take a look. This feels so good to get recognition. He said, I want to take my game to the next level, and it just feels good that he's doing it with a winning team. You can see there, led the league in assist-to-turnover ratio, 4th in the conference in assists, and again, we're seeing him shoot it from the floor and from three here in the first half.
Yeah, Rick coming in, 4+ assists in 5 straight games for him. 299 assists now for Ace Valentine. Or check that 300, as he's got 2 in this game. So congratulations, Ace, on 300 assists here for UMBC.
And Ace Valentine, he's a junior, going to be a senior. We talked to him about staying, in this day and age, or transfer portal and people leaving. He's just so proud to be here. Loves the coach, loves the culture, loves the winning attitude here. Feels UMBC is his place. And hopefully next season you'll see a guy that you don't really get to see much anymore, a guy that sticks to a program for all 4 years.
Great feed inside for Jacobs. He couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line. Retrievers 75% on the season from the line, and that's really the storyline for America East play. Retrievers dominated other teams on the line. It hasn't been that way here in this one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're shooting, say almost 80% conference play. They outscore their opponent by 6 points, 7 points every game from the line, which is incredible. They literally, winning games from the line, getting to the line.
They almost reached that magical number where they almost made more free throws than their opponents attempted. And when we look at that stat, usually that leads to success.
Yeah, no, absolutely it does. And UMBC is I think the third best team in the country for not fouling. That's just, they don't put people to the line, and then they make their free throws when they get there themselves.
Yeah, which is exact opposite today. New Hampshire's been to the line 10 times. UMBC just 2 in this one, but the Retrievers still lead it by 16.
Good battle, good battle with Caden Diggs and Poser for that rebound.
Well, we could talk about that, Rick. 50-50 balls. It's been all UMBC this year.
I talked to 3 players at practice yesterday, and every one of them said the key to this game is doing what we've been taught since July, getting 50-50 balls, rebounding, and playing defense. And you're absolutely right, 50-50 balls. They talk about it every game for UMBC. And how about that one? El Shakri, he's the go-to guy. You want to get back in this game, go to the big man down on the post.
Yeah, El Shakri pays it off for New Hampshire down low again. And the Wildcats back within 14. So Retrievers started fast. Wildcats made a run. UMBC, though, back up by double digits. Here's a steal, though. Graham into the front court. Robinson leaves it off for Poser. And again, New Hampshire with the possession here as we approach 2 minutes left in the first half. Try to scratch their way back. Poser gets the handoff with 12 to shoot. Poser around Diggs. Cut off. Good closeout. Graham, though, gets free and knocks down the 3.
Get a nice pass by Poser. Get inside, kind of collapse on the defense, collapse on you, and kick it out to Graham. We talked about he's a really good three-point shooter, and he finishes right there. Big bucket here as they close out the first half.
Credit to Graham. He couldn't get the catch and shoot, but he was able to reset his feet and knock it down.
Yeah, when he sets his feet, when he has time to shoot, he's a really good three-point shooter.
Armstrong, 10 to shoot. Valentine again for 3, off the rim, no good. Just a little to the side there for Valentine. 3 for 5 now in the first half from 3. Feed it Poser again, Bike from 3. Yes, 2 straight threes for the Wildcats, and they've cut it all the way down to 8 with an 8-0 run.
Love the way the Wildcats are moving that ball, making the defensive penetration, stop success around the paint. But these Wildcat bigs are good at kicking the ball out to the shooters, and right now they're connecting.
All right, they've cut the lead for UMBC to 8. Armstrong will launch from 3. That's in and out, no good. Another miss for UMBC. Another chance for New Hampshire to really get back into this game here late in this first half. Remember, Jose Chanson on the bench for UMBC with those 2 fouls. Hasn't played since the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, that's a key point, Paul, because right now UMBC's had a lot of concentration, a lot of efforts on El Shakri down low, which is allowing some shooters to be wide open.
Another 3 on the way, no good air ball. Squire goes over the top for the rebound. Squire can't get free inside. Wow. Now he scores with just 1 second left on the shot clock.
How was that not 3 seconds? He was in there for an eternity. Great footwork, nice finish by Squire.
A 10-0 run. It's a 6-point game. Now they finally call a foul here on New Hampshire. El Shakri gets called for the foul. Just the 4th team foul on New Hampshire in this first half.
Yeah, and I think that's number 2 on El Shakri, so he'll sit for the final 30 seconds, make sure he doesn't pick up that 3rd on a cheapie. But UMBC get an opportunity here to cash in.
A big possession here. They lead 6. It's about a 6-second differential shot clock to game clock. Now, King loses the handle, keeps it alive somehow. Cougar downing. Retrievers get it back with 8 to shoot. Valentine, long 3-pointer on the way. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Punched out.
Oh, foul.
And a foul here, a big call here on UMBC because that's going to send New Hampshire to the free throw line.
Yeah, DJ Armstrong way out, no reason to foul there. The possession, New Hampshire had the possession. DJ tried to get his hand in play, and is going to send Keyshawn Robinson to the free throw line, at 82% free throw shooter. So just not a real smart decision here down the stretch for the Retrievers.
Well, Robinson has made 47 of his last 53 free throws in the last 15 games. Robinson earlier this year had a streak of 29 straight free throws. Let's see if he can solve the swim dive team. And he does.
Well played. That's incredible. UMBC had an 18-point lead at 9:36 into the first half here, and New Hampshire has fought their way back. We talked about it. You know, they got a lot of great players, a lot of character, guys that weren't going to just kind of walk away. This team always fights hard, and Nathan Davis has his squad right in this ball game.
Miles Blackley checks in, 6'4" freshman from Summit, New Jersey. So 8 seconds left. New Hampshire, with just those 4 fouls, has a foul to give, as the Retrievers have one last opportunity. Oh, Valentine almost lost it, and then he does get fouled before he throws it up on the glass. Jim Ferry having a conversation with the official on that far side. So just the 5th team foul now. So again, New Hampshire can do this all over again if they can foul the Retrievers before they get a shot up. Retrievers led 34-18, and right now New Hampshire on that 12-0 run to end the half. 2 seconds. Downing launches from long range. It's just short at the buzzer. So UMBC will take a halftime stats now presented by Air Force Reserve. What stands out, Rick?
Yeah, I think it's just this is a game of runs, and both teams went on runs. You know, a three-point shooting, UMBC really shooting quite well, 6-15, 40% from three. Not so much for UNH, but you know what? It's just hard. UNH just stayed in it by doing what they do, being patient, taking their time on offense, and finishing shots. Stay local, serve global in the Air Force Reserve. Visit airforce.com. No points for UMBC in the last 3 minutes of that half. Here's Shakari backs his defender down. It's Tanchin who's back in. Double team comes, finds the open man. Three-pointer, that's no good. Long rebound, and it's New Hampshire that gets a second chance. Oh, Shakari now, right on Tanchin. Puts it up, won't go, and Odunawa with the rebound for UMBC. You can see New Hampshire's intentions right now is to go to the block, get inside, and see if they can get Tanchin and Odunawa with their third foul to get them out of the ballgame, because that was so effective in the first half for UNH. Odunawa tries to back his defender down, but a foul call here on Armstrong. We'll send it down to Phoebe Florian, who talked with UNH's coach at the half. Phoebe?
Thank you, Paul. Coach Davis said his team is doing the opposite of what they did the last time they played UMBC. He said UMBC punched us in the mouth, and we dug ourselves a hole, but we fought back, and we have a shot here. Back to you, Paul.
Yeah, thank you, and that's a good point, Rick. New Hampshire never really recovered up there, but this time they have. Oh, step back, Armstrong for three, yes! Yeah, talking about recovering there. DJ Armstrong not doing much in the first half, but comes out here when they need a big bucket. DJ Armstrong, step back three. Poser passes far side. Tanchin on the switch. Now they switch back, baseline move. Wide open three, that's off the mark, no good. Tanchin the rebound for UMBC, off the bike miss. It's a key for the Retrievers to give UNH just one shot on the offensive end. Big rebound by Jose Tanchin. Tanchin, Armstrong, or Valentine down the lane, little 15-footer is good. Now that's more the traditional Ace Valentine getting downhill in the lane, little fadeaway 8-footer for Ace Valentine coming off the three. They're going to run him off the three. He's going to get some shots in the lane. 13 for Valentine. Retrievers build the lead back up to 9, and this one won't go, but foul here. Odunawa picks up number 3. Yeah, let's take a look at this one-on-one opportunity for DJ Armstrong. We got the highlight. Yeah, we do. Going to break some ankles here. Oh, Jose. Yeah, Davide Poser saying, I can't keep up with him. Step back for 3. Best three-point shooter in the conference. Highest percentage of 40%. Makes about 3 of those a game. So that's a big foul on Odunawa. He picks up his 3rd. Now, Shakari misses the free throw, and really New Hampshire's going to be kicking themselves. They just haven't shot well from the free throw. This could be a much different game if they were just 60 or 70% from the line. Yeah, we've given Alal Shakari all his flowers about how great a player he is. One area he does lack on is from the line, only a 49% free throw shooter, but was able to convert the second right there. So 1 of 2 cuts the lead back to 8 here early in this second half.
But you made a point that Josh Odunuwo did pick up his third foul, and that's got to be the target for UNH is get Odunuwo and Tanchen out of the ball game. They got Odunuwo on the bench, and there's Ace Valentine taking to the basket, gets the foul, going to the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, Bike got the bump there on Valentine. Couldn't quite get it to go down, a little strong, but he'll earn his trip to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Yeah, you were talking about in the first half. They've got to get out on Ace Valentine from 3. He was so successful. He was 3 for 4 from 3 for 6 from three-point range. And what happens is when you go out there and guard and crowd Ace on the line, he's going to get by you, and he's going to get some opportunities in the paint.
And UMBC, after only going to the line twice in the first half, they get there early on here in half number 2. And Valentine converts the free throws to build the lead back to double digits. El-Shakri far side. Robinson around Tanchen. El-Shakri lost Tanchen. Good recovery there, and now a turnover. Retrievers have it.
And that's UMBC defense. You saw they dug down on El-Shakri, not making it easy for him. Got the turnover by Jalakai King.
King digs, works on Armstrong. Good help there by Bike. Nearly a turnover, but Valentine now with 10 to shoot. Armstrong.
Step back.
Over Poser, it's off the rim, no good. And good job by Squire to get the rebound. Not often you see UMBC run it to the end of the shot clock.
Yeah, just not a real pretty possession for the Retrievers on the offensive end on that. You're absolutely right.
Backdoor here, Poser couldn't handle it. Turnover, UMBC again looking to build on the lead. King, he gets fouled down the lane. Poser fouls him.
Yeah, you're seeing what happens, the success UMBC's had in the first half and then early here is that, UNH has got to crowd, get them, run them off the three-point line. When UMBC shooting over 40% from three-point line, you've got to get them off that line. And you're going to see opportunities. Jalakai King, again, really not off. 5 points so far in this ball game. You're going to see him get downhill if they start crowding him on the line.
I think, Rick, the big difference was I think UMBC settled for some threes in that end of the first half. Now they're just attacking the basket.
And that's how they got to the foul line all season long. They attack the basket, they play through contact, and they didn't get one right there, but that's how UMBC's had this season, had success, is getting to the line by getting contact.
Poser around the screen, dump down for Tanchen. Good ball movement here. Graham drives down the wing, he's cut off. Good help. Now Graham with the left hand puts it home.
Yeah, nice patience by Jack Graham inside. Got a nice footwork, nice pivot, and finishes with the left hand.
Cooper Downing to the scorer's table for UMBC. And New Hampshire doing a nice job extending the defense here and denying the passing lanes over these last couple possessions. King couldn't get a step. Diggs, King, good ball movement. Armstrong wide open 3 off the side of the rim, no good. And man, the Retrievers have gone cold here from 3 over the last 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah, nice ball movement by the Retrievers. They got what they wanted. DJ Armstrong, a wide open 3, just couldn't convert.
Bike gets it back into the hands of Graham.
And Graham likes this matchup with the smaller Jalakai King.
Tough shot, and he gets it to go from the baseline.
Absolutely, and finishes over Jalakai King. He's finding something right now he likes.
Quick 4 points for New Hampshire. They're back within 6. Valentine elevates, that won't go. Tanchen battles for the rebound, but El-Shakri denies him underneath. So 3 straight stops there for the Wildcats. They're getting stops defensively.
Yeah, and they're contesting UMBC shots. There's just nothing easy for the Retrievers right now on the offensive end. I'll tell you what, that's going to be easy. El-Shakri down low with Tanchen.
Tanchen.
And see what rely on Riley Jacobs to play El-Shakri, crucial part of this ballgame.
Jacobs and Diggs come in for UMBC off the bench. And New Hampshire has it with 10 to shoot. Graham all the way to the basket. That won't go. And Caden Diggs the rebound for UMBC. Diggs all the way to the basket. Little 8-footer. That's short. The Retrievers have gone cold on offense.
Yeah, UMBC really struggling right now. Had a good look by Caden Diggs inside. Just can't convert. Right now, nothing's falling for the Retrievers. And New Hampshire Wildcats are feeling a lot of positive momentum in their way right now. And you're going to see this matchup between Riley Jacobs and El-Shakri on the paint. Oh, he's so good.
Throws it up and scores.
He's so good with his left hand. He can go left, he can go right. He's got to figure a way. They're going to have to start doubling down, digging down, making it really difficult. Little cat and mouse game for El Shakri down there. Retriever defense has got to pick it up.
6-0 run for New Hampshire to get back within the 4 again. Now Diggs. Retrievers struggling here as New Hampshire picks up the intensity on D. Valentine to the basket. It won't go, but he draws the foul. And he'll head back to the free throw line.
Yeah, let's take a look at this El Shakri. We talked about the matchup with the freshman Riley Jacobs on El Shakri. He's just so poised, so patient. He can go left, he can go right, and finishes with a little left-hand hook over the rim over Jacobs. I'll tell you what, UMBC all season long, when they needed something special, they needed to stop a run, needed some momentum, they've gone to Ace Valentine. You can see Ace Valentine just took it to the basket there right now. Looks like.
Yeah, we have an injured Wildcat down on the baseline. It's
Poser, yeah. Poser's down on the base, looking at his knee. The trainer's down with him.
6'4" junior from Italy is getting the attention on the right leg as he was a part of that collision with Ace Valentine. And let's see, he's going to try to at least get up here and walk it off.
Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it might have been. Comes down. Ace Valentine on the floor, kind of turns it as he comes down.
Yeah, you kind of see he got tangled up. Yeah. Valentine was on the floor. I think that's Graham that was kind of tangled in with Poser.
You kind of see him on the corner now with the trainer kind of jogging off a little bit. See if he can kind of get that loosened up.
Valentine makes the free throw. Ace now with 16 in the game. And Rick, every time New Hampshire, to UMBC's credit, every time New Hampshire is kind of clawed back in it, the Retrievers have had an answer.
Yeah, and that's what they've done all season. When they've struggled a little bit, they've kind of just, they don't get panicky. They take the time. They understand who they are and what they need to do. And usually you find a big bucket from Valentine, JK, or DJ.
Bike gets a step. Good feed, but throws it over the head of Graham. A little too much mustard on that pass cross court, and the Retrievers get the turnover.
Yeah, I think Tyler Bike just rushed it a little bit. Got nice penetration. They kind of collapsed the defense and had Graham wide open over there. Just a little too hot, a little too much mustard on that pass.
Definitely left Cougar Downing in the dust, but couldn't quite get it to connect over there on the far side. Valentine around the screen. Jacobs hounds it off for Downing. Downing gets a step. He gets to the basket. Counted in the foul.
Cougar Downing taking it to the rack. Typically just a three-point shooter coming to the game, shooting threes, taking it downhill, finds contact, and the finish. Take a look at this. Cougar coming off the screen, little screen slip by Riley Jacobs. Yeah, there's an arm on there. That's a foul and gone. Cougar Downing.
Great job by Downing to get to the basket and score. 82%. Doesn't, as you mentioned, Rick, doesn't shoot a lot of free throws. Just 9 of 11 on the season. Knocks that free throw down to make it a 9-point game. 5 straight for the Retrievers. And New Hampshire again on offense. Rumobo on the far side. Now Bike again tries to get around the screen to the corner, but Valentine got a hand in and knocked it away.
And I know UNH's patience and trying to move the ball around and getting a good shot, but right now they have an opportunity of a mismatch, I think, on the block. And they just drop it down to El Shakri and then spread out, because UMBC's got to dig down there and get the ball out of his hands. There are going to be some open shooters. I think they're working too hard to get the shot they really want.
I guess, Rick, the challenge for Coach Ferry is when to bring the guys back, right?
I'm thinking the same thing.
All right, steal. Valentine 3-on-1. Diggs slams it home.
Defense leads the offense. Ace Valentine on the run. Caden Diggs.
Double-digit lead again for UMBC. Defense to offense, Rick.
Yeah, El Shakri outside. Why isn't El Shakri on the block? But tell you what, it leads to a turnover. Ace Valentine, Caden Diggs attacking the basket. Caden Diggs, 6th man of the year in this conference. Look at him there, 9.2. He's 10 points every time he comes off the bench. Guaranteed. Having a nice game right now. 7 points in this ball game in the second half.
And Rick, El Shakri on the bench now for New Hampshire after that turnover.
I'm not sure. Again, they're working really hard to get what they should get. Just a shot rate on a block against Riley Jacobs and make Riley Jacobs play him. He's had some good stops, Riley has. But I'll tell you what, Shaqiri is such a strong player. I think that's where you got to go every time. And then let him kick it out for threes.
Turn around inside by Mobo, no good. And good strong defensive rebound for the Retrievers.
Real opportunity for the Retrievers right now with Shaqiri on the bench trying to make a move.
Diggs gets a step. Mismatch, can't get it to go. Follow! Oh, Jacobs from the weak side slams it home.
Riley and Jacobs attacking that room.
Robinson cut off. Now Bike. Top of the key. And Graham. Squire up top on Jacobs. 8 to shoot. Robinson around the screen. He's going to have to pull it here. Way downtown for three. That's short. And the Retrievers with a good defensive possession.
And a nice box out by Ace Valentine on Squire underneath to make sure that there's no offensive rebound opportunities.
Diggs gets cut off. Good defensive recovery there. Dumps it inside for King, and that's knocked away. Retrievers lead it by 13, Rick. Some of the numbers this year, Retrievers lead in these categories. What stands out?
Well, I think they all do. And when you kind of walk away with the conference championship 2-game advantage at the end, you're going to lead, you're going to play well in all aspects of the game. You can see it here: points per game, defense, everything. UMBC #1.
Oh, lob on the inbounds for Jacobs.
23 is getting all over this ball game, putting a statement on this game. The freshman at the rim once again.
11-0 run for the Retrievers. Graham for three. Yes! Graham quiets the crowd with that three.
That's a big bucket for New Hampshire because right now, when things go bad for them, they usually go really bad. They needed something big, and Jack Graham comes up big.
Valentine for three. Yes! Ace with the answer for UMBC.
Oh, Ace Valentine feeling it from deep all game long. UMBC responds with their own big bucket.
Graham fights through the screen. Robinson now. Graham gets a step. Good feed inside Squire. Close it up. Count the basket and the foul.
Yeah, you're right. That was a great feed by Graham down to Squire down low. When he gets the ball down there, he's always finishing. He's 57% shooter from the floor. 3 Retrievers attacking him. He was able to finish through all 3. Look, great pass. Look at the contact in there. Patience and good.
Tanchen returns. How about the ovation for Jacobs, who comes out of the game? What a job for Jacobs there in that spell that he relieved Tanchen.
2 of the biggest plays in that young man's career here at UMBC. Huge plays in this playoff game.
Wildcats missed the free throw. That's a storyline, Rick. Retrievers have made 7 free throws, but attempted 7 less. Counted and a foul!
How about this storyline? Cougar Downing going downhill again and finishing, going to the line, shooting 3.
Well, New Hampshire's running Downing off the line, but he's making him pay on the penetration.
Yeah, look at it. They're tight on him out there. Nice little bean, scrub screen, and finished. A little floater, and good with contact.
Yeah, the bump by Poser gets Downing to the line as well with a great finish there down the lane. Free throw is good. Retrievers a perfect 8 for 8 from the line. And they have that 16-point lead back.
And again, they got their 2 bigs back in the course, so they bought a lot of time. They bought 10 minutes in this game without Jose Tanchen and Josh Adunwa in the second half on the bench with 3 fouls. They're back.
Open 3, Graham misses. Good box out.
Yeah, it was a good box up, a little physical. I think Cougar Downing pushed Squire. And gets the call on the offensive rebound, or defensive rebound.
So Downing's going to pick up the foul.
Yeah, take a look at it. It was a shove. Isn't that a box out? No, extended arms.
Yeah, he definitely extended the arm there.
I'm kidding. Yeah. Little love tap.
Nice job on the other side by King as well with the box out. You don't lead the conference in defensive rebounds without working hard on the defensive end, right?
Absolutely, you're right.
Oh, Shaqiri with a little fade. That's probably the first time he's got to a spot they didn't like shooting the basketball,
yeah, absolutely.
Right?
You'll live with Shaqiri doing fadeaways from 6 feet if you're Jose Tanchen, so he doesn't make the foul.
Tanchen for 3 off the bench, no good. So New Hampshire with another defensive stop. Graham around the screen. Shakari kicks it. Rozier for three. Yes.
See, that's their offense, and I'm not sure why they don't really kind of get to that position more often, where they get Shakari the ball in the paint. There's got to be a collapse on defense, and he kicks out for a wide open shooter. Just nice finish, nice offense by the Wildcats.
Yeah, silky smooth finish there from Rozier. Tension now for King. Jalakai picked up by Bike. Now Downing again. Valentine with 10 to shoot. Ace gonna pull from three. Yes!
Wow. Oh! Yeah, right. Ace Valentine just 20 points in this ball, 23 points this ball game, 5 for 8 from deep.
5 3-pointers for Valentine. It's another 16-point lead for UMBC.
And I'm sure the scouting reporters do not let him penetrate. Do not let him penetrate, you know? And he's just finishing it from outside.
No, Shakari gets where he likes to get to this time.
He does what he's supposed to be. Absolutely, you're right. Just got his positions. It's tough to finish, particularly with guys in the game who have foul trouble.
Yeah, but Rick, that's smart. You don't want to foul there. Give up the 2 up 16, right? Oh, look, it's a move by Odunawa, but he can't finish. Tanchen right there for the offensive board. King for 3. Yes.
Big bucket, JK, Jalakai King for 3. Nice offensive rebound by Tanchen. Little patience by UMBC. Move that ball around. Wide open 3, Jalakai King.
See, 3 is more than 2, right?
Did. See, you know what? If I've learned anything from you sitting in this spot today, is that 3 is more than 2.
There you go. Take a look as Jalakai with the second chance opportunity gives the Retrievers an extra point there.
Just beautiful.
All right, so New Hampshire off of the deflection from UMBC will inbounds here in front of the Wildcat bench. It's going to be Graham that'll trigger it in on that far side. Retrievers leave Odunawa and Tanchen in the game here. And Rick's storyline, that first half when they went out, Tanchen and Odunawa, it was a 10-point advantage for New Hampshire. But when they've come in the second half, when they went out, Retrievers turned and flipped the script.
Yeah, we saw Riley Jacobs do what Riley Jacobs can do as a freshman, coming in, replacing those bigs who were in foul trouble, coming in, stepping up, and having a big impact in the second half.
King turns it over for the Retrievers. It'll be New Hampshire basketball when we come back from the break. Retrievers up by 17.
Ferry and what his coaching staff done, bringing this group of kids in here and going from really last couple seasons pretty bad to taking over the America East in this season. Really, really terrific season.
We saw that historical banner for UMBC the year they ran the table in the tournament and then beat Virginia. And this team, Rick, has a chance to kind of equal that if they can win the America East tournament. And if you look at the bracketology, they would have that 16-16 game as King knocks down another 3. They'd have that 16-16 game. They could get their 25th win again.
There's going to be a lot of storylines about that game around the country.
Yeah, you think? Missed by New Hampshire. UMBC. Basketball in an 18. Oh, wow. Armstrong.
Don't you do that.
Yes.
Well, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Again, nice stuff. Breaking ankles, as you mentioned. Breaking ankles, nice shot. Nathan Davis says, we ain't call a timeout here. We got to settle this down.
Largest lead.
To a guy, they always talk about playing their kind of basketball, being us, don't be out of character, and they showed that in the second half. They stepped back up and did what UMBC does, play hard defense, rebound, and be efficient on offense.
Open 3 for Robinson. He knocks it down. Wildcats were looking to press. At least Robinson was looking to press, but his teammates weren't on the same page there.
Yeah, it was a good timeout by Nathan Davis to get a timeout, get a good shot. There's a travel there, I believe.
No, I think they're going to call a foul here. Diggs is going to get fouled, and that, I believe, is going to send UMBC to the free throw line. In the bonus now for the last 6:47 here, which is not going to help the Wildcats cause and trying to get back into this.
Particularly if you're a team like UMBC that loves to penetrate downhill and create contact, make the officials blow the whistle, get you back at the line, as Caden Diggs did right there.
Diggs, 82% from the line on the season. Will shoot 1 and 1. Make the first. Retrievers still perfect from the free throw line.
I tell you mentioned earlier kind of what UMBC did with those bigs on the bench for UMBC's bigs in the second half, each with foul trouble. You know, they were able to sustain I think we talked about New Hampshire just licking their chops when those two went to the bench about what they could do and how they could really take over this game. And to a man, UMBC played great defense. Riley Jacobs stepped up, played really tough, and they extended this lead with their bigs on the bench.
Graham is cut off on the baseline. Good defensive play there by Diggs. Robinson all the way to the bucket, and a nice right-handed finish.
Yeah, KJ Robinson, just so efficient. Just big-time three-point shooters you saw there a couple of possessions ago. Can take you off the bounce and get to the basket. Just, 10 points in the game so far. Just they're going to need a lot more KJ Robinson down the stretch.
Armstrong. Now, Odunawa on the high post. Good dump down for Diggs. Got a mismatch here with Bike. Kicks it back out. 7 to shoot for the Retrievers. King tries to find an avenue. Diggs lets the defender fly by. Can't hit the three. Odunawa, big rebound and finish.
Josh Odunawa put his stamp on the game. That is, you're right, a big offensive rebound. Reverse and at the rim. Clean up on out two, Josh Odunawa.
Well, and that's a nice job by Diggs to get the ball up.
Yeah.
In time to get it to the rim so that they had a chance to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, kudos to Josh Odunawa, not just watching that shot go, but attacking the offensive glass. Oh, wow, there's a hold there by Jack Graham on Caden Diggs, mismatch in the paint.
Again, Rick, it was the mismatch there, and take a look at this.
Yeah, again, not just watching, getting the rebound and swinging around. Again, I say clean up on aisle two. Basket, Josh Odunawa at the rim.
And Graham picks up his 4th foul. Diggs back to the line. He'll shoot 1-1 again here. Makes the first. Retrievers 11 for 11 from the charity stripe.
This is a team, Paul, that early in the season they were not shooting the free throw, not successful from the free throw line. But once that conference play started, man, they're just incredibly tough.
Oh,
and we jinxed them.
That's all right.
Yeah, I did, absolutely.
You're going to miss eventually.
Threw that air ball right at him.
Well, and I think the thing about it is you talk about success come tournament time, right? I think there's a bunch of things that stand out. One, and that's a good shot by Posero on the far side. Yep. One, you have to have a big man that can finish inside.
Yep.
You have to have good guard play to take care of the basketball.
Yep.
And I think you got to shoot free throws well because there's going to be times that come down in games where it's going to be the difference. And I think UMBC has all of those ingredients on their team.
Absolutely. See, New Hampshire's really getting physical on defense, just trying to create some turnovers, create some opportunities to push.
Long three from Armstrong.
I'll tell you what, when you overplay on defense, what happens is other guys get open. You start doubling, other guys get open. 55% from the floor, just so efficient. Only 6 turnovers, something they've done. They've cleaned that up really well in conference play. Just a strong effort here in the second half.
Bike works on King.
Wow, how about that matchup?
Throws it up, and maybe a bailout call there on King.
A couple of point guards being posted up in the paint there. The bigs clear it out and let the littles go at it.
And Tyler Bike will go to the line. His first trip to the free throw line today.
Tyler Bike, he's had a really, really nice season also as a freshman. Just so tough. Coming here starting half the season now and really going to be a special talent for this Wildcat team for many years.
Yeah, Bike shoots 73% from the line. Had 5 3-pointers against Binghamton earlier this year, scored 19 in that game.
Yeah, he's top 10 in three-point percentage, 38% from three-point range. He said he shoots 76% of his shots from deep, and just, yet again, as a freshman, Coach Davis allowing him to lead this team from the point guard position.
All right, Retrievers in control here, up big with approaching 4 minutes to play here in the second half. Retrievers trying to complete the first step of the process here, as they'll play at home for as long as they win. Valentine thought about the three. King gets a step down the lane, throws it up. It gets stuck on the side of the rim, but a foul is called. And Jalakai King earns a trip to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, we talk about the ability of Jalakai King. First team, all conference. Congratulations to Jalakai King, a Division II guy coming to Division I. I asked him yesterday, did you ever think coming from Division II, that you were going to be one of the top 5 players in this conference. He said, you know what, I have a lot of confidence in myself. There was question whether I could play at this level. I proved it. I'm happy. He said, I'm happier that this team is winning, and I'm around a bunch of great guys to celebrate this.
I think Jalakai answered that question, huh, Rick?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just part of the remarkable story, right?
It is.
The guys from Division II that have stepped up and shown that they can play on this level.
Yeah, the UMBC starts 3 Division II guys that have stepped up at this level and have made an impact. Again, UMBC running away with the regular season conference championship, again, with some Division II guys, some guys at Division I that transferred in that didn't play at their previous stop, and then Ace Valentine and Josh Adunawo coming in here and sticking to this program and making huge impacts.
Well, I think, Rick, the biggest testimonial for Coach Ferry, right, is those 2 guys believing in him and sticking around when there was other options.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In this day and age, there are other options, you know, and it's just such a different. We talked about it before the broadcast that, you know, as UMBC was heading to the tournament, Jim Ferry talked about keeping the inner circle tight. Even inner circle tight is literally keeping the agents away and all that. A number of years ago, it was girlfriends and here in the second half, but also feeling it from deep. 5 for 8 from three-point range, 23 points, terrific. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, ties a career high, 23 points in this ball game. Terrific game and tournament action coming up big. Ace Valentine.
And you look at UMBC on the interior, Rick, and you see Valentine with those 23 points. Also, don't forget about those 4 assists too. 6th straight game now with 4 assists. In the interior, it hasn't been a big game from pretty much anybody. It's been a team effort from all 4 guys.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely been. This is a team effort across the board, from coaching staff to players. This is what they've done all season long. They've bonded together. They'll always balance scoring, and you're seeing it here in this ball game.
And turnover there at the end of the shot clock for UMBC. So
we highlight Ace Valentine. He turns the ball over.
One of the few you'll see as Graham launches from 3 and knocks it home.
Yeah. Graham's a special talent. I saw him play, I think it was Nebraska early this season. I just thought he was going to be one of the best players in this league. He's been somewhat inconsistent, but he's got a special talent. He's got another year here with New Hampshire as he's only a junior.
Well, DJ Armstrong putting a show on with his dribbling skills on Poser. They dump it down to Dunawan now. The mismatch goes inside, gets fouled as Graham's going to hack him on the arm, and that's going to do it for Jack Graham.
Yeah, Josh Adunawo saw his mismatch. We talked about the mismatches on the other end. Well, Josh Adunawo recognized the mismatch with the much smaller Jack Graham at 6'3", took him to the rack, spun on him, and got the foul.
So Graham's day is over.
But a day he had 18 points. Graham coming off the bench, 18 points, 4 for 7 from deep. Fouls out of the game. Really nice season for the young man.
Yeah, we talked about Jack early in the game about how he was in that shooting slump coming in here today, but he bounced out of it and really found the range as this one went on. Now, Dunawa will shoot free throws.
I'm not going to say anything about free throws until after he finishes the shot, because apparently I'm the jinx.
Well,
so I want to let Josh finish this free throw.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
He makes both. Okay.
Now, here we go. Now, Josh Adunawo is a great story from a free throw line, because he literally is a 60% shooter career-wise. He was shooting 53% earlier, and now he's one of the top free throw shooters in this conference in conference play. It's incredible.
We'll talk about that. 70%. Right, but he's 42 for his last 51.
It's incredible. We talked to him about, like, what did you do different? He says, I'm just getting relaxed. I'm in a rhythm. I'm taking a deep breath before I shoot the foul shot, and I'm just feeling good. I'm just a lot of confidence at the line. As you see, El Shakiri attack the rim again.
The dunk for El Shakiri. Retrievers trying not to foul here, as they're going to try to milk the clock on offense and just play straight up defense here and run this one out, up 18 with 2:21 left.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the resiliency of the UMBC team. Again, both teams, right? New Hampshire got down 18 early, the first 10 minutes in this ball game, and they came roaring back. They took pride in the game, and they played so hard and made this a ball game at halftime. And then UMBC reacted in the second half. I'm sure Coach Ferry talked to them about kind of what happened in those last 10 minutes. They did have some foul trouble, but they came out in the second half and just did what they do. They play hard defense, they rebound, 50-50 balls, and so efficient on offense.
The Retrievers restore the 20-point lead. Poser swings it near side. Bike for three. That's good. Tyler Bike knocks it down.
So not a bad effort offensively for New Hampshire all along. 48% from the floor, 37% from three.
Three ball from the corner. That's Tim Eze that's in the game. Eze, 6'7" sophomore from Kleinburg, Ontario. Three-pointer here, no good.
Jake Stout also in the game for the first time off the bench.
Jake Stout, 6'5" freshman from Catonsville.
Local boy.
Played just 30 minutes this year, but Coach Ferry empties the bench to get these guys some playing time in a tournament game. Downing with a $1:30 left. Good pass. Eze, tried the reverse layup, but he hit it too hard off the glass and didn't get that one to go. Robinson to the basket. A good steal there inside by Paul Green on the defensive end. Here's Stout. See if they can get Stout a shot here.
Tim Eze going to try to take it to the basket. No, just be patient.
Downing for three. That's rounded out, no good. Stout battles for the rebound. Retrievers will reset. Stout goes baseline. 15-footer off the side of the rim, no good. Wildcats dig it out. That was Shakari, little hesitation move, that won't go. Tries to save it and does. Nice work there. Well, Wildcats are not going to go quietly. And Rick, you could see from the get-go, El Shakari was really fired up for this one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's got great energy. We talked about him, great player. But how about this is about UMBC and moving on in tournament play. UMBC really big second half. Take control of this game once again and feel good. Moving on to the semifinals.
The Retrievers will dribble the last 15 seconds out. Cougar Downing leave the ball on the floor with about 2 seconds to play, and that'll do it.